Welcome to the semi-final between England and India at Manchester. So the outcome is it's an overcast day. Jim Maxwell is alive. So let's take a look at the team. India are about to start their innings. Clark is not going to reach that. He found the gap with precision.
That was a wonderful shot. He looks in great shape out there.
That'll be 4 more for Tendulkar. Super shot by Tendulkar.
That was a gift for the batsman.
Curtly to Tendulkar. Stopped in the covers. Tendulkar facing. Stopped in the covers. Curtly to bowl to Tendulkar. There should be some runs here. The sweeper picks up. A couple there to Tendulkar. It's straight to a fielder. And the end of the over. Anderson to bowl to Sehwag.
The bowler doesn't look too happy about that one. Misfields are infuriating for a bowler.
Johnson out at long off. There's just one there. Stopped by Clark. Tendulkar facing. Good bowling from Anderson. He's taken the aerial route there. 4 runs.
What a clever piece of batting. He picked a safe area and just lifted it over the infield.
It's straight at Vaughan. Anderson to bowl to Tendulkar. Tendulkar very quickly onto that one. 9 runs came from that over. Curtly at the start of his run-up. Giles came to that one. Turned off his hips. An easy single there to Sehwag. Stopped by Trescothick. Curtly continues. It's straight to a fielder. Curtly continues. It's straight at Johnson. Curtly to Tendulkar. It's straight at Johnson. Tendulkar facing. It's straight to a fielder. A very good over. Only 1 off it in the end. Stopped by Curtly. Sehwag waiting at the striker's end. It's straight to a fielder. Anderson to bowl to Sehwag. Four wides to India.
4 wides. That's terrible bowling. His captain won't be pleased at all.
Anderson continues. Good stroke for 4. Really looks in fine nick today.
Well, he swept that away very powerfully. Kept it down, rolled the wrists on top of it, but hit it very cleanly.
Sehwag waiting at the striker's end. It's straight at Clark. Anderson continues. Stopped by Solanki. Anderson to bowl to Sehwag. That's cleared the infield. That takes him into double figures.
Well, it was in the air, but there's no one there. No risk.
Bowling figures for Anderson. 2 overs, 0 maidens, none for 22.
That was an expensive over. He'll need to improve if he wants to stay in the attack.
Curtly to Tendulkar. He's worked that into the gap. One more for Tendulkar. Four wides to India.
That was very wide. The keeper couldn't get anywhere near it.
Sehwag facing. That's been given as a wide.
There are stricter rules on wides in one-day cricket, so you need to be careful not to drift down the leg side.
There it goes. Yeah. He's smacked that over the top and been rewarded with 4. That takes Sehwag to 14.
He scores a lot of his runs through the covers.
Curtly to Tendulkar. Curtly is not impressed.
The bowler needs to avoid giving away boundaries, so he must keep it tight.
Tendulkar facing. "15 overs are left in the innings. The 50 is up for India.
He really needs to concentrate on line and length right now to keep the runs down.
India will be pleased with the start to the innings. It's straight at Johnson. Anderson continues. That's over the rope. 6 runs off Anderson. Sehwag has now moved into the 20s.
He smashed that a long way. Great to watch for the neutral, but the bowler won't be too happy.
Sehwag waiting at the striker's end. Pushed into the gap. It'll be 4 more to the total. Super shot by Sehwag.
Really good shot there. Nicely timed and picked the gap perfectly.
This over is proving rather costly to England.
India have been playing well, and on their form in this tournament, they have what it takes to lift the trophy.
Picked up very early by Sehwag.
The bowlers really need to keep it tight at this stage of the match.
14 overs are left for India. Clark is not going to reach that.
The bowler can't have too many complaints about seeing that ball disappear to the boundary.
Kirtley continues. There it goes. He goes over the top. The score moves on to 31.
Well, he just got away with it. Risky shot. I'd recommend keeping the ball on the ground at this stage.
The score is now 75.
This tournament has been a great one so far for India.
Stopped by Anderson. Tendulkar facing. Tendulkar waiting at the striker's end. Kirtley continues. The batsman will have to run these. There's just one there. 9 runs came from that over by Kirtley. One run to Tendulkar. Another run to Sehwag. That's a beautiful shot. Magnificently cut away for 4 by Tendulkar.
He'll be pleased with that one. It came sweetly out of the middle of the bat.
There it goes. Up and over and 4 runs. Tendulkar is very quickly onto that one.
Well, he just got away with it. Risky shot. I'd recommend keeping the ball on the ground at this stage.
Just 1 run. It's straight to a fielder. And the end of the over. Tendulkar waiting at the striker's end. Anderson is chasing that one. There should be some runs here. A single to Tendulkar. Flicked off his legs. That's racing away to the square leg boundary. He found the gap with precision.
He should be looking to bowl a tighter line at this stage.
Flintoff to bowl to Sehwag. It's straight to a fielder. Sehwag waiting at the striker's end. Safely taken by Solanki.
Very safely taken. Soft hands, that's what's important.
Flintoff gets his first wicket. This was the end of the innings for Sehwag. Sehwag is finally out for 37.
He looked in good form out there. He'll be disappointed that he didn't get a bigger score.
Dravid facing. Reed is after it. He's got it into the gap. There's just one there. 11 overs are left in the innings. Clark is in to shoot. Fielded by the man at long on. That's 2 more runs. I think he was easily back in the crease there. Giles to bowl to Dravid. Clark is after that one. Clark out at long on. 2 runs to Dravid. Dravid waiting at the striker's end. That's gone high in the air. That was well held. It was in the air a long time.
Well held. It must have stung his hands coming down from that height.
Giles gets his first wicket. This was how the wicket fell. So then, that's the end of Dravid.
He wasn't there for very long, as his score shows.
And the end of the over. That moves the score into 3 figures for India.
The poor wicketkeeper had no chance with that. It was so wide.
Flintoff to Tendulkar. He's found the gap with that one. That brings up the 100 for India.
He picked his spot well there. A glorious boundary.
Flintoff continues. India have taken their total on to 107. Wide ball signalled by the umpire.
He's consistently bowling wide and really needs to sort out his line.
Not timed perfectly, but they'll get some runs anyway. 4 runs to Ganguly. India move on to 112.
Really good shot there. Nicely timed and picked the gap perfectly.
India have taken their total on to 113. Stopped by Triscothic. Tendulkar waiting at the striker's end. That'll be 4 more to the total. Tendulkar has scored 50 off 36 balls.
Well, you won't see the cut played much better than that. He really got on top of it and cracked it to the fence.
That was an expensive over from Flintoff.
That was an expensive over for England.
India move on to 121.
The bowler needs to avoid giving away boundaries, so he must keep it tight.
Solanki goes after it. He just runs that down to third man. Picked up by Solanki. India move on to 123. Ganguly facing. India have taken their total on to 124. He's cleared the infield, 4 runs. India move on to 128.
Well, it was in the air, but there's no one there. No risk.
Eight overs are left for India. Ganguly facing. That's cleared the rope. 6 runs. India have taken their total on to 134.
Exciting stuff. He took a risk, but was well rewarded as the ball disappeared over the fence.
Pushed into the gap. That's racing away to the cover boundary. India have taken their total on to 138.
That is a classic cover drive. Foot to the pitch of the ball, and it's disappeared for 4.
India move on to 142.
He really needs to concentrate on line and length right now to keep the runs down.
Giles is not going to reach that. India have taken their total on to 146.
He played that shot perfectly.
It's straight at Trescothick. The bowling figures for Flintoff. 3 overs, 0 maidens, 1 for 44. India move on to 150.
The bowlers really need to keep it tight at this stage of the match.
Tendulkar waiting at the striker's end. Forced off the back foot.
Oh dear, that's a terrible misfield. More runs to the batting team.
India have taken their total on to 154.
He should be looking to bowl a tighter line at this stage.
Giles continues. Kirtley is in pursuit. Gone, caught.
Straight down the fielder's throat. The batsman will be kicking himself.
Giles gets his second wicket. This was how the innings ended for Tendulkar. India are 3 down now for 154.
That was a really valuable knock for.
McGrath is chasing that one. Steered expertly into the gap. Fielded by the man at long on. India move on to 155. India have taken their total on to 159.
The bowler needs to avoid giving away boundaries, so he must keep it tight.
That over helped the run rate somewhat. Laxman facing. Hit straight to a fielder. Laxman facing. Reed is up to that one. Turned off his hips. Reed cuts that off. India move on to 161. Flintoff continues. He's got hold of that one, out of the ground. India move on to 167.
The bowler doesn't look too happy about it. There might be a little bit more in the next one.
That's a superb shot. India have taken their total on to 171.
That's not the right line to bowl to this batsman. He'll punish anything there.
And the end of the over. Reed is after it. Ganguly just guides the ball down to third man. That's cut off by Reed. India have taken their total on to 173. Done him.
Well bowled there. He kept it straight and waited for the batsman to make a mistake.
That's the third wicket now for Giles. Let's take a look at that in slow motion. So then, that's the end of Ganguly.
He got himself settled and then gave his wicket away. He'll be disappointed with that.
Stopped by Trescothick. Giles to bowl to Patel. Nice shot down the ground. India move on to 174. That's over the rope. 6 runs off Childs. India have taken their total on to 180.
The bowler can't believe it, but it is out of the ground. 6 runs.
That over cost 5 runs. India move on to 184.
He should be looking to bowl a tighter line at this stage.
Patel waiting at the striker's end. That's found the gap in the field.
That could prove very costly later in the match.
India have taken their total on to 188.
He really needs to concentrate on line and length right now to keep the runs down.
Stopped by Flintoff. Patel facing. India move on to 189. Hit straight to a fielder. Laxman waiting at the striker's end. And the end of the over.
India are really taking the attack up to the bowlers, and the run rate reflects this.
Run!
India move on to 190. Laxman facing. Laxman waiting at the striker's end. That's a big appeal. The umpire raised his finger and he's out.
That was a tough decision for the umpire.
Clark gets his first wicket. This was how the wicket fell. Laxman makes his way back to the dressing room.
I don't think he agrees with the umpire's decision.
India have taken their total on to 191. Reed is up for that one. Glance down to fine leg.
Yeah, run!
Fielded down at fine leg by Reed. India have taken their total on to 193.
A good mix of hitting and controlled strokes here today by India.
It's straight at Flintoff. India move on to 194. It's high in the air, and there's a fielder under it.
It took an age to come down. The batsman really skied that one.
Johnson gets his first wicket. This was the end of the innings for Patel. Patel scored 13 runs from 10 balls. Flintoff is chasing that one. Stopped by Flintoff. India have taken their total on to 195. India move on to 196. They have 4 wickets in hand. It's straight at Solanki. There are only 4 wickets left now. India have taken their total on to 197. 4 runs came from that over by Johnson.
You must be sure that you keep your eyes on the ball, or you'll fumble it just like that.
India move on to 198. band away for 4. India move on to 202.
Well, it was in the air, but there's no one there. No risk.
Reed is in to shoot, turned off his hips. Reed reaches it before it crosses the boundary. India have taken their total on to 204. There it goes. Johnson is underneath it and takes it comfortably.
He got into great position to take that catch.
Clark gets his second wicket. Let's see the action replay of that. Kumble goes for only 9.
That was a vital wicket, and now the tail is exposed.
Clark to bowl the last ball of the innings. Wide ball signalled by the umpire.
He's consistently bowling wide and really needs to sort out his line.
The batsman changed. I think he was easily back in the crease there. The innings has ended with the score at 206. England are about to start their innings. It's all over. That's the last wicket. So to sum up then, India win by 100 runs.